Hello students. We are studying about the thermodynamics and statistical physics. So right now we are dealing with the thermodynamics part of your subject, and we are studying about the first unit, which is focused on kinetic theory of matter. The section of this unit is focusing on the kinetic theory of matter. Until now, we have already studied about the kinetic theory of matter. Then we have extended it to kinetic theory of gases, and mm, we have seen the various phenomena related to ideal gas. Then we have seen many definitions, many laws such as Avogadro hypothesis, Brownian motion. Then we have understood already degrees of freedom, and we have also seen the expression for the adiabatic expansion of gases. And in the last lecture, we have studied about the real gases. Before that, we focused on ideal gases only, but then we have studied the real gases and related theories. We have already modified some laws uh, according to real gas. So this lecture will focus on van der Waals equation of state and critical constant. In the last lecture, we have actually modified especially Boyle's law in case of real gases by inserting some additional terms, and that was known as empirical law. And according to that, we have already defined Boyle's temperature also. In the same way, we can modify the ideal gas law also in case of real gases. So in this lecture, we will learn about this correction, which was actually proposed by van der Waals, and that's why this is known as van der Waals equation of state. And then we will calculate the critical constants as well. So the objectives of this lecture is to understand the modification in ideal gas law and then introduce the van der Waals equation of state. So the outcome of the lectures will be as follows. At the end of lecture, you will be able to understand about the need of correction in ideal gas law. You will get familiar with the equation of state proposed by van der Waals, and finally you will learn the how to derive this van der Waals equation, as well as the calculation of critical constant and van der Waals constant. So here, to achieve these objectives, I divided my lecture into following subcontent. The first topic is van der Waals equation of state, which is further divided into correction for pressure, because first we will introduce the ideal gas equation is PV equals to RT. So there is particularly two terms which can be modified. One is pressure and second one is volume. So we will do these corrections for these two values, and finally we will achieve van der Waals equation of state and estimate the critical constants. Then we will see what is critical coefficient, and at the end of that lecture we will see what are the limitations of van der Waals equation of state to solve the real gases problems. And on the basis of that, we will derive another equation proposed by van der Waals, that is known as reduced equation of state. Here are the list of reference books. The first book is from the foreign author, and the other three books are from Indian authors. These all are very nicely written books. You can consider these for the study, for further knowledge. I would especially recommend this book, Heat and Thermodynamics, written by Brijlal and Subramaniam. Okay, so here is the great scientist van der Waals, who has created history in the field of physics. In 1879, van der Waals modified the perfect gas equation PV equals to RT by applying corrections for, as I told you, there was two terms P and V, and pressure is caused by that intermolecular force of attraction. That's why he has modified, he has corrected the pressure term. And second one is finite size of molecules. That means there is some volume occupied by molecule. So the volume represented in ideal gas law, PV equals to RT, actually is not the right volume, is not the correct volume which we can consider in case of real gas, because all the molecules of real gas have some size and they occupy some volume out of the space provided. So we need to modify that term also. Let us see these modifications one by one. So the first correction is for pressure, or we can say that is caused by intermolecular force of attraction. To do that, let us consider a molecule inside a vessel where we are taking the gas. We are considering just a molecule inside that vessel. It is attracted. We always know that all the molecules, they can attract each other, they can collide each other. So we are considering that it is attracted by other molecules in all the directions. Okay, and the forces acting on this is quite similar. Very same force is applied on this due to all the molecules in all the directions. So if the force is in all the direction and that is same, so the net force acting on it will be zero because it is applying in all the directions. So everything will be cancelled out. The effective force acting on it will be zero. But if we consider that this molecule is strike with the wall of the vessel, it will be, what will happen? It will be, for example, this molecule is going on this direction and it strike with this wall. What will happen? It will be pulled back by the other molecules present in this area. They will attract it back, and because of that, the velocity and the momentum with which it strike the wall should be less than the momentum and velocity with which it is strike in the absence of the force of attraction. If we consider that there is no other molecule in the vessel, only one molecule is present, it will strike with the walls with more velocity and momentum. But if there are some molecules present, then they will pull it back, and that's why the velocity and momentum will be actually reduced. Okay, so this reduction in the momentum, what it will cause? The change in momentum is causing the pressure applied on the wall. So that's why if the momentum is reduced, the total pressure will also be reduced. Or we can say the observed pressure of the gas is actually less than the actual pressure, right? So the correction for pressure, we can see that it will depend on, first thing, number of molecules striking a unit area per unit time of the walls of the container. Okay, so how many molecules are striking per unit area per unit time, that cause the correction for pressure. The second one is the resultant inward pull of cohesion on each of the striking molecules. So the attraction force is working to pull the molecule back. So that resultant inward pull of cohesion on each of the striking moles will also affect the pressure, and that's why the correction will depend on this factor also. But we can consider these two things are related to the actually density of the gas. So that means each of the factor is proportional to the density of the gas. So the correction for pressure, that we can write small p, because we will consider we are considering capital P as the observed pressure. So what will be the correction for pressure? A small p is proportional to density square. So P is proportional to P square and density is proportional to volume. So we can write P square proportional to 1 upon V square, right? That we can write, if we rearrange it, we can take the square root of both sides, and that will become P equal, we are not taking a square root. We can write it, if we replace the proportional sign by some constant, then we can write this equation P equals to A upon V square, where A is the proportionality constant and V is the volume of gas. Okay, so what will be the corrected pressure? Because we have already assumed, we have already seen that the observed pressure of the gas is less than the actual pressure. So the correction should be added in the observed pressure. So the total real pressure would be observed pressure plus this correction, P plus small p, and small p is A upon B square. So that will be equals to P plus A upon B square. Okay. Now let us go for the second correction, that is related to the volume, and that is happening because of the finite size of molecules. As I already told that every molecule of gas has some finite size. That's why the actual space that is available for the movement of the consecutive molecules is less than the total volume of vessel. For the first molecule, total volume of vessel is available for the movement, but if we move on to the second molecule, third molecule, then the total volume will be lessen with the number of molecules. For the second molecule, total volume minus volume of that particular molecule, or we can call that sphere of influence of that particular molecule will be reduced from the total volume. So if we consider here the molecules, for example, we are taking this molecule, that molecule can be striking with the another molecule, and that's why there is one sphere of influence around each molecule where no other molecule can penetrate. For example, this is first molecule, this is second molecule. When it is striking with this, now no other molecule can strike with this. So that means there is a sphere of influence is formed, which can have the radius of r plus r, because each molecule has same size. So that's why r plus r, the radius of this sphere of influence will be 2r. Okay, we are considering now r is the radius of one molecule, so the volume of that one molecule will be given by x equals to 4 by 3 pi r cube. We know from the simple mathematics that sphere volume is given by 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, now as we considered that there is a sphere of influence, so that means two molecules can come closer at a minimum distance of r plus r, that should be 2r. Okay, so the total volume of that sphere of influence, that is shown by dotted line on the screen, the volume of this sphere will be 4 by 3 into pi, and the radius of this sphere will be 2r, so 2r to the power 3, and that will give you the value of 8 into x. X is volume of one molecule. Okay, now let us assume that whole space of volume V is filled with n molecules. Total number of molecules to be filled in that volume is n, and they are filling in that volume one by one. So as I mentioned earlier, the volume available for the first molecule will be equal to that volume of that space. That means it will be equals to capital V. But when the second molecule will enter into that space, the volume available for the second molecule will be V minus 8 into x, which is calculated in the last slide in here. Okay, so for the second molecule it is V minus 8x. For example, for simplicity we are writing 8x as S. Now if we consider, this is for second molecule, if we consider it for the nth molecule, what will happen? V minus n minus 1 into S. So this is for nth molecule. Now this we are considering when we are considering that one molecule enters, second molecule, third molecule, but actually this is not the real case. If we consider the real case, all the molecules can enter together, and for that purpose we need to calculate the average space available for each molecule. So how we can do this? We can just add up all of them and divide by total number of molecules. So that's what we have done here. V plus V minus S is for second molecule, third molecule will be V minus 2S, and so on. For nth molecule it will be V minus n minus 1 into S divided by number of molecules small n. Okay, now if we solve this, it will be nb divided by n minus s upon n will be common among them, so we can take it out. The expression inside the bracket will remain 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on plus n minus 1. If we solve it further, we get b minus s upon n into n minus 1 into n divided by 2. Okay, so final expression we are getting b minus ns divided by 2 plus s by 2. On solving, this is just simple mathematics, so I'm not going to detail. Now, we know that in any vessel, the number of molecules in that vessel in gas is very large. So we can consider this term as a negligible, because S is nothing but 8 times volume of one molecule. So that means 8 molecule volume is very small, and if we are dividing, this is just the volume of 4 molecules. So that is very small quantity in comparison to the volume of vessel. So we can consider it as negligible. We can remove it from the expression. So the average space available for each molecule will be b minus ns upon 2. Now we are putting the value of s here, and the expression will become b minus n into 8x upon 2. That will be b minus 4 into n into x. Okay, now we can replace this, because the n number of molecule is constant for a particular space, for a particular gas volume. The x is the volume of one molecule, that is also fixed, that is also constant. So we can replace this quantity by another constant that is known as b minus b, where b equals to 4nx, that is 4 times the actual volume of the molecules. So if we put these values, b minus b, and what we calculated for pressure, p plus a upon v square, the equation of state or the ideal gas equation will be converted to p plus a upon v square into b minus b equals to RT, and this is the equation for real gases and known as van der Waals equation of state. Okay, now we are going to estimate the value of critical constants. So for the critical constants, we have to recall the experimental result of Andrews experiment. If you see, this is the curve from Andrews experiment, that is pressure and volume on the x-axis, pressure is y-axis. If we consider one isothermal curve at critical point, we are considering this isothermal point at critical temperature. So at critical temperature, because there is no horizontal part, okay, that complete gas follow the Boyle's law, for example. Now at this point, at this critical point, there is no change in pressure with respect to volume, right? So if that is true, then we can write at point C, dp upon dv is equals to 0. Second thing, at this point, the tangent also crosses the curve horizontally, right? Now if the tangent is crossing it at point C, this point, the tangent at this point is called as the point of inflection. So this point is point of inflection, and from the definition, at point of inflection, d2p upon dv square should also be 0. So we have two values, dp upon dv should be 0 and d2p upon dv square should also be 0. So at critical point, we are putting these conditions into our van der Waals equation. If we consider van der Waals equation and if we rearrange it to get the value of p, because we are going to do differentiation of p, that's why we are arranging it in this way: p equals to RT upon b minus b minus a upon b square. Now first we have to differentiate one time with respect to volume. So we are doing this: dp upon dv equals to, now since RT is constant, v minus b term is the variable one. So if we take it on the top, that will be b minus 1 to the power minus 1, and the differentiation of that term will be minus 1 into b minus b to the power minus 1, that will be minus 2, and if it come back to the denominator, it will be minus rt upon b minus b ka square. Plus same thing is minus a upon b square, so that will be b to the power minus 2, and if we differentiate this, it will be a into minus 2 b to the power minus 2 minus 1, so that will be b to the power minus 3. If we bring it back to the denominator, it will be minus 2 upon b cube, and since minus sign was here earlier, minus minus will become plus, so it will be plus 2 upon v cube. Similarly, if we do one more time differentiation with respect to volume, we will get this term d2p upon dv square equals to 2rt upon b minus b to the power 3 minus 6a upon b to the power 4. These are named as equation 1, 2, 3 for each case. Okay. Now, at critical point C, we can write temperature as critical temperature. So we can write T as Tc, pressure as critical pressure Pc, and in the same way B will be Vc. And we know dP upon dV and d2p upon dV square is also 0 at critical point. Now putting these all condition in equation 1, 2, 3, it will become Pc equals to R into Tc divided by Bc minus B minus A upon Pc square. Okay. The second equation will be changed to, because as I told you, this one is 0, so one factor will go on the other side. It will become 2a upon bc cube on the right hand side, and on the left hand side it will be r into tc divided by bc minus b to the power 2. Okay. Now putting the next condition, d2p upon dv square equals to 0, that is in equation number 3. It will again make the expression like 2rtc upon bc minus b to the power 3 equals to 6a upon bc to the power 4. These are now equation number 4, 5 and 6. If we divide equation 5 by equation 6, what we will get is RTC will be cancelled out, and the remaining part will be Vc minus B upon 2 equals to, here also A will cancel out with A, Vc cube will be Vc cube, so the remaining part will be Vc divided by 3. So the relation from here, if we solve it further, we will get it Vc equals to 3 into B. This is the value of critical volume. Now, if we substitute this value of Bc in equation number 5, what we get is RTC upon 3b minus b to the power 2 equals to 2a upon 3b to the power 3. On solving this equation, we will get the value of critical temperature Tc equals to 8a divided by 27 b into capital R. That is our second critical constant, critical temperature, right? Now we are putting the value of Pc and Tc. Now we have two critical constants, Bc and Tc. We are putting these two values in equation number 4. We will get the value of Pc, that is equals to 8 into AR divided by 27 BR into 3b minus b minus a upon 3b the whole square. If we solve this, we will get the value of critical pressure, and that is given by A upon 27 B square. That is our final critical constant, critical pressure. Now, after calculating these critical constants, we can calculate the constants of van der Waals equation. We have introduced A and B in the ideal gas equation. So now we need to calculate those constants. We can calculate in the following way. We already know now the value of Tc equals to 8a upon 27 Br. If we rearrange it, we will get A upon B equals to 27 into R into Tc divided by 8. This is our fresh equation, equation number 10. We have mentioned this equation from the back. Okay. Now again the second critical constant we know Pc, that is equals to a upon 27 b square. We can write it again, a upon b square equals to 27 Pc. Okay, now we have two values, a upon b and a upon b square. If we divide equation number 10 by equation number 11, we get the value of b, because a upon b divided by a upon b square, b will be on top, so b equals to 27 RTC upon 8 into 1 upon 27 PC. That will finally give you the value of small b, that is RTC upon 8 PC, and that is our equation number 12. Once we get the value of b, we can put this value in equation number 10, and we can write this is a upon RTC divided by 8 PC equals to 27 RTC upon 8. If we solve this, we will get the value of a as 27 R square TC square divided by 64 PC. So these are the constants of van der Waals equation. Okay, now we are already calculated the correction of pressure, correction of volume. We have already calculated the critical constant values, and on the basis of all this, we have determined the constants of van der Waals equation, that are A and B. Okay, now this is all about van der Waals equation of state. Now there is a term, we call it critical coefficient. We have just now calculated this RTC upon 8 PC. Now here we are dividing this because we have to bring all the critical constants together. So for that purpose, we are bringing all critical constants TC, PC and BC together, and the quantity formed as RTC divided by PCBC, that is termed as critical coefficient. And the value of this can be obtained by substituting the value of PC, BC and TC. So the value of critical coefficient is given by R into the value of TC here, the value of PC here, and finally the value of BC here. On solving this, we are getting the value of 8 by 3, that is equal to 2.667. So the value is, in principle, it should be same for all the gases. This is coefficient, so that should be equal for all the cases, okay, or for all the different gases. So this is the final topic related to van der Waals equation of state. Now, because in general we can say there is nothing ideal, there is nothing very perfect. So the same thing is applied to van der Waals equation. What is the limitation of van der Waals equation? The limitation is, there are several actually. I have pointed it out here. The first limitation is the values of constant A and B obtained by different methods. We have already seen that A is this one and B is this one. Now since we are talking that B is equals to R into TC upon 8 PC. R is already constant, TC is critical temperature, PC is critical pressure, and ultimately B we are defining as constant. So it should be similar all the way. Similarly for A also, it also should be uniform for all the gases. But actually that is not true. The value of A is found to be dependent on temperature. When we perform some experiments, when we observe different gases, the value of A is found to be different for different gases, okay, and it is totally dependent on temperature, okay. The value of A tends to 0 at higher temperature. When we increase the temperature, the value of A goes down to 0. Now according to the van der Waals theory, we have calculated the value of critical volume, that is equals to 3 into B, but it is found dependent on the nature of gas, and the experimental value of this is found to be nearly equal to 2b, not 3b. The accurate value was calculated from the equation as 3b, but in practice, in experiments, the value is observed as 2b. So there is a big difference between these two values. So this is the limitation of van der Waals equation. The third point is we have just now calculated the value of critical coefficient, and that is again that should be independent of any of the value, because we are getting 8 by 3, that is number of 2.667. But when we perform our experiments, the value is found to be distributed, to be varied for different gases, and the average value was also different, largely different from this value. The average value was found as 3.7 for most of the gases. So this is again the contradiction what van der Waals theory is saying. So these are some of the limitations of van der Waals equation. Now we are coming to the last topic of today's lecture, that is reduced equation of state. So what is reduced equation of state? When the actual pressure, actual volume and actual temperature of any gas with fixed mass, I mean the gas is taken in the container, in the vessel, and we are fixing the mass of it. The actual pressure, volume and temperature are divided by the critical values of these quantities. Critical pressure divided by critical pressure, volume divided by critical volume, and temperature divided by critical temperature. Then the resulting things are known as reduced parameters, that is PR equals to P upon PC, VR equals to V upon VC, and TR equals to T upon TC. Okay. Now from here we can observe that P equals to TC into PR. What is the value of TC? That is A upon 27 D square into PR as it is. Then similarly for volume term we can write it V equals to VC into VR. Putting the value of VC here, we will get V equals to 3 into V into VR. Okay. Same way we can write the value of temperature T equals to TC into TR. It will become like this, and putting the value of TC, it will become 8A upon 27 VR into TR. Now if we substitute all these values in our van der Waals equation. So what is the van der Waals equation? Again recall P plus A upon B square into V minus B equals to RT. Now putting these values, we are putting here A upon 27 B square into PR plus A upon 9 B square into VR square into 3B VR, putting the value of B, minus B equals to R into T, putting the value of T here, 8A upon 27 VR into TR. On solving this, we are taking A upon 27 T square out of the bracket. In the bracket, it will remain PR plus 3 upon VR square. Okay. Into, we are taking 3B out of this bracket. We will get 3B into VR minus 1 upon 3 and equals to 8A upon 27B, because this R will be cancelled out with this R into TR. Now rearranging this, if we are taking these two values on the other hand side, it will become PR plus 3 upon VR square into VR minus 1 upon 3 equals to 8 by 3 into TR. So this equation does not contain the constants A and B, which are the characteristic of a particular gas, and that was creating the problem in actual van der Waals equation of state. We are getting a lot of problems with this constant. So in this equation we have remove these constants A and B. There is no term of A and B, and that's why this is known as van der Waals reduced equation of state, where there is no parameters of A and B which are dependent on particular gas. Okay, this is our final topic for today's lecture. Now we will see what did you learn today. So we will do that by doing some exercise using quiz. Okay, so the first question for the quiz is, in general gas equation PV equals to RT, van der Waals introduce a correction factor A upon B square. This term represents effective area of molecules, mean velocity of molecules, volume occupied by molecules, or attractive force between molecules. Which one is the right answer? Just recall that A upon B square is related to what? We have introduced this factor into the pressure, and pressure is related to attractive force between molecules. We have considered that any molecule, they are going to the walls, but the effective pressure is reduced because of the attractive force from the backside from the remaining molecules. So the velocity and momentum is reduced for the striking molecule, and resulting to that the total pressure what is experiencing is not actual one. Okay, so that is related to attractive force between molecules. The second question is, the value of critical volume BC according to van der Waals equation is equal to BC equals to B, BC equals to 2B, BC equals to 3B, and BC equals to 4B. We have just now calculated all the constants, critical constants. If you recall it, we find that the right answer is BC equals to 3B, and the correct answer is C here for this question. The third question is, the dimensions of constant B in van der Waals gas equation are that of pressure, volume, pressure divided by volume, or volume divided by pressure. Which one is the right answer? So for that, we have to consider the quantity B or the constant B was introduced with which quantity? It is related to volume correction. So that means B minus B, and that's why the dimension should also be similar to that of volume. So the right answer is B, volume. The fourth question is, the formula for critical temperature is given by 8A upon 27 Br, 9A upon 36 Br, C is 8A upon 9 Br, and the last option is 8A upon 18 Br. So let us recall the values of critical constants, and we can have a look on all these critical constants. We can find here BC equals to 3B, PC equals to 8A upon 27 Br, and PC equals to A upon 27 B square. So the right answer for this question will be 8A upon 27 Br. Option A is the right answer for question number 4. Now let us go to the next question, which is, according to van der Waals gas equation, critical coefficient RTC upon PCBC is equal to 8, 8 by 3, 8.3, or 1. We calculated the value of critical coefficient. 8 by 3 we have calculated. If you see here, we have calculated critical coefficient as 8 by 3 or 2.667. So the right answer for this question will be B, 8 by 3 for this question. Okay, now the next question is, number of molecules striking per unit time per unit area is proportional to density, volume, temperature, or pressure. So we have to recall our first topic, which was the correction for pressure. if you see on this topic, okay, on this topic, see, the correction for pressure depends on number of molecules striking a unit area per unit time of the walls of the container. So that was the condition for correction for pressure. So in our question, if we look at the question, we will find that the right answer is, we can go directly to the slide and we can find the answer. We can see here the right answer will be pressure. Okay, is proportional, no sorry, it will be proportional to density. Okay, so the answer is density. Now the next question is, if r is the radius of molecule, the volume of sphere of influence is given by 8 by 3 pi r cube, 32 by 3 pi r cube, 24 pi r cube, or 4 pi r cube. So how the sphere of influence is defined as, where no other molecule can penetrate, can strike with that particular molecule. So that means if we combine these two molecules, this distance is the radius of sphere of influence, that is equals to r of this molecule, r of this molecule. So total radius of sphere of influence will be 2r, and we know that the volume of any sphere is given by 4 by 3 pi r cube. If we put 2r to the power 3, it will give us 8 by 3 pi r cube into 4, that means 32 by 3 pi r cube. So the right answer will be equals to answer B, 32 by 3 pi r cube. Now if we go to our next point, next question, it will be at critical point the value of dp upon dv is equal to 0, 1, infinite, or none of the above. So we know what is the critical point. Just remember the Andrews curve. We have seen for CO2, the critical point is the point where the horizontal curve is vanished, and at that point there is no change in pressure with respect to volume. That means the dp upon dp should be 0. So the right answer for this question will be A. Okay. Now if we go to our ninth question, the second last question of today's quiz, the volume correction in van der Waals equation is due to intermolecular force, finite size of molecule, exerted pressure by molecules, or none of the above. So just remember what we have done for volume correction. We consider that for each coming molecule there is less space available due to size of the preceding molecule. That means the responsible reason for volume correction is finite size of molecule. That means the right answer will be answer B, option B, that is finite size of molecule. Then the last question for today's quiz is the van der Waals equation of state for a real gas is given by P minus A upon B square into V plus B equals to RT, or P minus A upon B square into V minus B equals to RT, or P plus A upon B square into V plus B equals to RT, or fourth option is P plus A upon V square into V minus B equals to RT. So you have to remember 2 points only. The actual pressure is more than the observed pressure, okay, because the molecule is striking with the wall is experiencing less is experiencing attractive force due to the other molecule. So the velocity and momentum will be less than the actual value, and that's why we have to add some additional term into the pressure value. In case of volume, as we have already seen in this question, the volume correction is due to the finite size of existing molecule inside the vessel. that means the actual volume for the movement of molecules is less than the actual volume of total vessel. That means the volume should be corrected by reducing that size of the effective size of the molecule. So that will be V minus V, and that's why the correct answer will be option D for this equation. Okay, so this is all about today's lecture. Now we can quickly recall what we have done. We have started with the ideal gas equation PV equals to RT. Then we have corrected it for the pressure value, for the volume value. The pressure value was corrected due to intermolecular attractive force that was exerted on the striking molecule of the wall, and that is dependent on the density term. So that is proportional to, small p is proportional to 1 upon v square, and that's why we have introduced a upon v square into pressure term. In case of volume, because every molecule has finite size, so the actual volume available for each coming molecule will be less than the previous molecule. So that means there should be volume reduction, and that's why we have calculated all the volume of all the molecules, and we have averaged it out, and finally we considered V minus B should be the right fraction for this. Then we have moved to calculate the critical constants value. We have determined the TC value, BC value, and PC value, and finally on the basis of this, bringing it together, we have defined critical coefficient at the end. And finally, on the basis of all these results, the value of A and B, the value of critical coefficients, we have seen what are the limitation of van der Waals equation of state. And to reduce that limitation, we have introduced one van der Waals equation, reduce the equation of state to overcome the limitation of van der Waals equation of state. So that's all for today. I hope you have already understood everything about today's topic. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for listening to today's lecture.